Hey everybody, let's uh, let's talk. So I went to the range today primarily to shoot this Glock Koa, and I had some interesting thoughts that I want to share before essentially I go to bed. First things first, though, I read a lot of your comments on Facebook, on Instagram, both on my posts and on other posts, and a lot of you are right. I didn't really do a really good job of reviewing the Koa, and I apologize because that was more of a discussion about performance, and I sort of framed it as in a review of the Koa. And a lot of you had really good comments. The Koa is a lot more than just the optic; it's also the optic footprint itself, which is seems to be the most durable right now. I don't stress test stuff. Aaron Cowan is currently stress testing this, which will be another good data point to look at. And uh, the coolest thing to me, and I might have said something differently in the comments, but I'll go on video saying that's the coolest, absolute coolest thing about this is I picked this up, put an X300U on it, put it in my holster, and this thing shoots. It zeroed for me for good self-defense ammo at 25 yards, and it delivers. It's awesome. If you want, maybe I'll do an in-depth review and actually offer a pretty lengthy video about my opinion about the Koa, the footprint, and maybe the future of it, but that'll be something later on down the road. So today, I just went to go shoot the Koa primarily for fun and to train and to maybe hit a pretty cool goal I'm trying to achieve in October. And I had a bunch of plus P ammo laying around, so I figured, hey, I'd go shoot that because what's harder than shooting a Glock is shooting a Glock with plus P ammo. For fun and to contrast this Glock, I broke out this awesome STI DVC. I got a snap cap in here now, and it's actually an STI DVC Open that I bought from a really good friend. And this thing is just absolutely phenomenal. It's beautiful. It shoots awesome. The compensator is about half the size of the actual Glock barrel itself. The Seymour is great. It barely moves. The trigger is just, ooh, it's just good. Ginormous magazine release, ginormous magwell. This is an awesome gun to shoot, and it really bums me out that I haven't essentially touched this for like probably a year, a really long time. What's interesting though is that I provided two data points, and they're just two data points. One was shooting as fast as I could, comparing the Koa versus the STI, and then shooting a plate rack. So I've been training with this Koa a lot. I've been trying to train with it every day as much as I can. I probably have about 2,000 rounds through it, which really is not a lot, but it's enough for me to get familiar with it. And I can shoot this pretty fast. And one data point I provided, was one run, so who knows what the other ones would be if I had all the ammo in the world. I shot 18 splits, one 18 split, then a bunch of 14 splits with this, and then I picked this thing up and just shot 14s and 13s. The interesting thing was I shot this for about 250 rounds before that video, so I was pretty well acquainted with this, whereas with this, I just picked up and started blasting. The all the work that went into this gun made it really, really, really easy to shoot. Whereas this one, I had to get acquainted and shoot well. The first guns that I shot, I really should have filmed the first rounds that I shot cold. I had trigger freeze on this gun, and it didn't go as well as necessary, as you might think, as that one data point, which is one Instagram reel, would have you think. Then I provided another data point where I shot a plate rack with the Koa and then the STI. Technically, I actually did better with the Koa, the Glock, because I had one makeup shot, and with the STI, I had four makeup shots. So that means on the plate rack, I got two down, missed four, went back and got 1, 2, 3, 4, which was, or maybe it was one, then 1, 2, 3. You can go back and watch the video. But I had four more makeup shots, and like a tenth of a second slower than this. What's really interesting is that I have not picked this gun up in about a year, and I'm blurring down really easy times, uh, similar times to this, which I've been training my butt off and trying to get reacquainted with, or trying to get acquainted with at all. What I think I personally find really interesting about this is that this gun is just made to shoot. Everything about it, from the compensator to the Seymour that's mounted on the actual frame itself, not the slide, to the beautiful trigger, to everything that's lightened on it, the ginormous magwell, which I didn't really compare reloads, so on and so forth. Whereas this thing is completely built for a different purpose. However, not to make myself into this super cool ultra shooter, but I think depending on what you test, you can almost fudge the game a little bit and have what essentially is duty gear either outperform or get very close to touching more mediocre shooting with gamer or better gear. I say mediocre shooting because I haven't touched this. I guarantee you, if I trained with this, with the amount of effort that I put into this would be absolutely untouchable, and this thing would be just dead in the water. But if you train a whole lot with whatever gun you like, even if it is just a Glock 19 Koa, you can throw down some serious times, whereas you can beat some guy who's kind of mediocre with better or gamer or gear designed to win. At the end of the day, you only get to carry two things with you, whether it's for a self-defense scenario or competition or just blasting in front of your friends. The only two things that you get to carry with you are your skills and the gear that you have. I'm just including mindset and skills just because I don't want to have that big discussion, but those are the two things that you get to carry with you. You should probably train really hard with whatever your context is, because it doesn't matter if you have the best gear in the world, a god slayer of a pistol, a legendary gun like this. If all you do is train, and you train really hard, and the other guy doesn't train as hard, then if your 80% is at his 100 or his 120%, he has to have an extremely lucky day or has to have all the odds stacked up in front of him. The converse is also true. If all you do is train, if you carry this as God slaying equipment, like if you carry this in your pants and you somehow get it to be reliable with federal HST, hey man, you kind of win. Which is gets interesting. My camera's doing a stupid thing. That, well, if you can carry something that's like in between that, maybe something like this, maybe that's something to consider. Thank you, everybody. My camera's doing weird stuff, so I'm going to call it a night. That's just some thoughts I wanted to share with you. Have a good day.